Welcome to Tech and Toys. Today we're going to be gaming on the biggest indoor screen that money can buy.
It's going to be 230 inches of pure pleasure. Before we get started, we're just going to run through exactly what it takes to build up a wall of this size. So, Dave, give us a little bit of a rundown of what parts we need.
Okay, so we'll start off with a sending unit like this. This will take our DVI or HDMI signal in from our PC or console. It will then convert that to IP traffic and it will be sent over these 2 gigabit Ethernet ports to the screen. In the back of the screen, each one of the cabinets has one of these receiving cards inside. This will take the gigabit Ethernet in, decode it for that panel, and then send it out via a daisy chain to the rest of the panels in the matrix that we're building.
And then out of there, it's going to come into one of these, which is an LED tile. Now this LED tile here is a 4.8 millimeter tile, which means there's 4.8 millimeters between the center of each of the pixels on here. Now obviously the tighter the pixels, the better resolution we're going to get. So we're not actually going to use a 4.8 mil. What we're going to use is a 2.6 mil. So these have got tiny little pixels on them. So 2.6 millimeters between the pixels on the front here. Now this is made up of 4 tiles here. So this gives us 192 by 192 pixels. So we're going to use a total of 60 panels, which is going to give us 15 square meters of gaming excellence. So this is going to be pretty much a full HD screen at 15 square meters, 5 meters wide, 3 meters tall. It's going to be absolutely massive.
Now to run this system, we're going to need a hefty gaming PC, and for that we're going to use one of Alienware's latest Aurora R9s.
So this Aurora R9 is kitted out with a Core i9 9900K with a rather tasty 2080 Ti, so I should expect any games we run on this to be running at pretty much max settings of full HD. So we've got some good hardware going into this.
So I guess the next step is for us to get on to build the screen, build the trust and the support for this screen. Enjoy, and we'll catch you on the other side. As you can see, we've got the screen set up now and it is absolutely huge. We can't even reach end to end on it. So we're going to now get on to do some gaming. We're going to go with Rocket League first of all, and then we'll move on to some other games. So let's get started.
Right, here we go. Let's give this bad boy a little try.
Here we go. Big screen, 2 controllers, Rocket League. Let's go.
Right. You're blue, aren't you? So
I am blue.
Joined orange.
Played this for a while.
It has been a little while for me also, so I'm glad you've got your excuses laid out already.
Straight in for the kill.
Well, you missed it. No. Clearly off centre.
Very much off centre.
No. No. It does have that feeling of a little bit sicky from playing on a...
It is too big to keep your eyes in one position to see the whole of the display.
It's like going to watch a tennis match or something.
Whoa.
I have no idea where I am now.
No,
Where the ball.
me neither.
Where is the ball?
It is there. As you can tell, Rocket League is not our forte. Don't get your turbo.
What's the turbo button?
It is the B button, I believe.
You see, this is how poor a gamer I actually am. I had to look down to see where the...
Oh, it's going
God,
in.
yes! Just saying how poor a gamer I am. Entirely sure what that makes you then. We won't go into that one.
Bloody rubbish. Okay, here we go. Oh, wrong button.
Uh-oh. Oh!
It's going in. It's gone in.
Oh, I see. So there's some sort of trick. Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah,
boost
the old
from the
turbo
start.
boost start thing. Right, I shall remember, said...
Right, we've got 4
hang
minutes
on.
left in this round. We're starting from the outside now. Ooh.
I'm on the roof.
No. There's the ball.
No. He's missed it.
Yes.
No.
That's the wrong goal as well. I'm aiming the other way. Oh, smashed it in. 2-1 with 3,
Tapped it
3
into
minutes
the
15
corner.
left to go. Well, I must say, it's smooth.
Yeah, it does look nice.
I don't see any lag either in input or...
Yeah, it does play rather
It does
nice.
play really nicely.
Especially, it's great for these situations where you've got this split screen scenario.
Yeah.
It means you get a nice massive play area. You can probably do it like top to bottom split screen as well. I can just imagine the comments about how shockingly bad both of us are at Rocket
Coming
League.
in. It's not coming in.
Where is it? Where is it?
Ooh. No,
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 mate, that's the wrong way. No, get round the other side.
no. Oh, this is a quite enjoyable experience.
Oh, I can't play this game for toffee. No,
Right.
doing what you did now.
Come on. Come on.
No.
Yes! Another one with 9
Hang on,
seconds
is that-
left to go.
What? 2-all.
At 2
At least it's nice and fair. That's what
It's a good draw. Carries
I'm
on to
actually
somebody
surprised
scores.
about how enjoyable this is.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
obviously, you know, a big thing, the big screen makes it, but you know, I've not actually. This is probably the most time I've ever put into this game. I've had it since it came out. I've just never really played it. Clearly, I need to put a lot more time into it. If I,
Yes.
oh my god!
No. No. Oh dear. This is bad.
Yes.
And I've lost. Well, at least we've tested out one game on here. Let's try something else now to see what it's like. Maybe on a first-person shooter style of game with the screen this big, this close up.
Yeah, maybe. Right, quick game of Wolfenstein Old Blood. Bit of an old game, but still half decent. Let's
See what she's like. So we're running on ultra everything again.
Yeah, I forget how terrible I am with control on these sort of games.
Okay, it's good.
See,
No screen tearing.
does look quite nice. I have
Does
to be
look
honest.
quite nice. So,
Meeting Kessler in the village.
Where is
tavern.
everyone? I believe you killed them all earlier.
so we're running this at 1080p, ultra settings on everything maxed out that we could find within the settings. Bear in mind this is quite an old game, but it's still graphically pretty good. Seems a bit odd playing on such a big screen. It's sort of, you have to pan your head around to kind of,
Yeah, it's
there's a collectible in that,
where?
behind you. In the box to your left. There it is. It's a shotgun.
Oh, I see.
There
Yeah,
you go.
keys right in it.
Think it's playable?
Yeah, I think it's pretty playable. It's nice playing on a big screen, to be honest. It's
Something different, isn't it?
I think actually it would be quite cool to try it with a ultra wide orientation of layout of the screen. So not have it quite as tall, but have it
Wider.
a lot wider. Expand that field of view, which I always quite like in FPS games.
Yeah.
I
Now,
could
due to the nature
definitely-
of the kind of screen, we are limited to 60 frames a second. It won't run any higher than that. So we can't, unfortunately, try it at any higher frame rates.
I have no idea where I'm going. Is it up that ladder or something?
Potentially. It's been a while since I
Oh.
played this.
There we go. There she
Takes
is.
me back.
So I pick up the cup of tea.
Take the tea with you. Take
I
one
like
of
these
those
alien heads here.
Yeah,
Quite nice.
quite nice. Oh,
Ah,
Turning back now, BJ. Keep moving.
that's your buddy there. I think we
Ah,
have to go
okay.
through that.
I'll go through there then, shall we?
Shit.
When fast-moving things happen like that, and you've got such a big screen in front of you, it's
Immersive?
it's pretty immersive. It does give you that roller coaster feeling a little bit.
Okay, so we're going to try Project Cars now. See what that's like. We've already set the settings to ultra everything, again in 1080. We've got full anti-aliasing on, everything maxed out. So we're currently getting 1,148 frames a second on a 2080 Ti in the cutscenes. So let's have a quick practice. This is quite big on here.
Yeah, I was quite interested to see what racing games are going to come out like, because that gives you that real immersive feeling. Now the question is,
Yes.
are you going to drive it in the first-person
I will
perspective?
probably go for
So-
that kind of view, I would think. Let's cycle through them and see what we've got. That's pretty good. Ooh, it does give you a strange feeling. Very dark. Probably go with that for starters and see how we get on.
See how we
No,
go.
I don't want to click on windows because they don't exist. Okay, it's been a while. And then we're not following any of the guidelines of the track. Ooh.
Yeah, see, it does look nice for being a driving game. It gives you
Let's
that
try
really
some.
immersive feeling of, speed.
Oh, that was good. Looking around the markers.
I mean, realistically, how close would you have to sit in front of your 27-inch monitor to get the same sort of
Perspective.
thing? Yeah.
Ooh.
You see you crash this car
Yeah.
before.
So visually it looks pretty good. 141 frames a second, even though we're limited by the screen itself at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's no frame calculations.
Giving the screen tail, so that's good. Let's try some overview, see if that makes it easy to crash. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I think half the issue is because you can't see, because everything is just
Without
in
the peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Would you like to try?
I'll smash this car up quite nicely.
Something hot.
That corner was perfectly taken. Oh, not so
Well, we've played some games on the big screen. We'll just kind of summarise our thoughts and feelings over that. James, what were you thinking?
I did enjoy it. I mean, it was quite cool, sort of gaming on a massive screen like that. But it's just way too big.
It kind of gives you that feeling of nausea, like when you first tried VR. It's that kind of spatial. It's too big for you to see exactly what's going on.
Certainly, after about 5-10 minutes of constant gameplay, you kind of just get that horrible feeling in your stomach, like being on a roller coaster for too long.
I think the FPS games are the worst affected because you're trying to have the spatial awareness of looking around for people to shoot, etc. The driving game is a bit more comfortable for me personally to play. I found that a bit more bearable, but I think for anything more than half an hour, 45 minutes of gaming, I think I would probably struggle.
Or throw up.
Or both.
Yeah. No, it was an enjoyable experience. Would I have one in my home? I'd probably have to get taller walls and a slightly bigger room, but
and a floor to support it.
So in the last couple of days, we've played a load of games on it. We've watched a few films. It's a great setup and it's enjoyable to use, but for its cost, I don't think I'll be installing one at my house anytime soon, to be honest.
No, exactly. And the other limiting factor obviously is frame rate. That particular screen is limited to 60 frames a second by its design nature. So for you high frame rate gamers out there, it's not going to be suitable. And also the resolution is only 1080p, which is, while a good standard for video gaming still, it is on the lower end of what people expect these days. So,
With regards to the cost of these screens, with that being 1080 is pretty much now, I would say, industry standard for a screen of that sort of size. If you're going to go for a 4K screen, then you're going to need 4 times the number of panels, or you're going to be forking out for a much higher pixel density screen, which is going to cost probably 8 times as much. As you get smaller in the pixel density on these panels, the price goes up exponentially for them. So, they really can be very, very expensive if you want a high resolution. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our video, and don't forget, if you liked our video, please click like, and if you would like to see more from us, don't forget to click the subscribe button.
excellent.
We'll be bringing out some new videos shortly.
Yep, so in our next video, we're hoping to design the largest indoor Pac-Man machine that's been done. You may have seen them, you can buy smaller ones, pocket arcades, big ones, but we're going to go for a huge one made from a LED wall in the standard portrait size aspect ratio as you would have played it in the arcade back in the 80s. So stay tuned for that. As James said, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to being with you soon.
Catch you later.
Thank you.